All right, what's up, everybody out there in YouTube world? I guess we already know we're gonna dive right in it what the news of the day is and how it affects Texans fans like me. So it's been reported that Mr. Romo is going to go ahead and pursue a career, I believe, with CBS Sports and get the broadcasting booth. Well, there's a couple of things about this that I like, and there's a couple of things about this that I don't like. As a Texans fan, to be honest, I never really got real high. I made a video about it, that if Romo would have came to the Texans and how that would have affected the relationship between Cowboys fans and Texans fans. As y'all already know, I do it a little bit differently over here. This is always a 420 friendly situation. So, we're going to talk sports. We're going to light up. So I hope he was pre-rolled. You was bullshit. So anyway, all right, let's get back to it. Okay, so a couple of things that I want to talk about. The things that I don't like about the situation that it leaves us in. One, still glad about the Brock Osweiler trade. Excellent move, because even if he was still there, the Texans don't have a quarterback. So now, this story is really like a non-issue in reality, because before there was no conversation of the Texans seeking another quarterback. They were locked into the Brock Osweiler contract. They freed themselves up from that, but it still leaves us without a quarterback. Man, I really want to try to like Savage just because of his last name is great. If he just got out there and just did it and would just crush opponents, it'd be the greatest name ever. Tom Savage. But he's shown flashes, but we need consistency, because he had just as good as he had a decent game. He came in, he had a fucking bomb. So I don't like the fact that we're still stuck without a quarterback, but it's not really an issue, because if we would have still had Brock, we still would not have a quarterback. Now, I think Cutler and Kaepernick are still out there. Cutler and B.O.B., I don't see that shit happen. I just can't imagine it happen. Like, in my wildest dream, if B.O.B. and Brock Osweiler butted heads, and Brock Osweiler was a vagine. I ain't gonna call him that, because vaginas are pretty tough, actually. I heard that joke somewhere. But anyway. Goddamn. Yeah. Like with Tony Romo off the market now, that causes another situation. So what I don't like about it is, I don't understand how the Texans don't have a decent quarterback. Because my issue with Brock was last year, you see, goddamn, see this guy right here, to me, one of the greatest in the league. Better than Odell to me personally. I just think Odell's overrated because he's in New York. Anything that you do in the city of New York just gets blown out of proportion because of the proximity of people that are just, there, and, there's some craziness. But everybody pays attention to what's going on in the city of New York. Okay, so another thing that I don't like is fucking Jerry Jones. He's a fucking bitch. I mean, I never have gave a fuck about Jerry Jones, but I mean, goddamn, to play these games and then, to be greedy to hopefully try to do something. But I mean, it's cool, because I had qualms about Tony Romo becoming a Texan anyway, because like I said, the injury prone. I wouldn't want to spend a lot of money on him. So, that would be a thing that I wouldn't say get your hopes up, but it's just the fact, okay, we're going to see how this experiment works. And then for him to come out and, maybe get injured, like I said, as much as I don't really care about the guy too much, you don't want to see anybody go down like that from used to being a play ball kind of college level. You see some things. You just don't want to see people get hurt like that, man. So I'd rather him end his career before, it's probably something already, some permanent injuries, but, before it gets any worse. So maybe that might be the best deal. Because then again, I don't want another flash in the pan. We got a quarterback for a year or two, and then we're back in the same situation we've been in. Another thing I don't like is the situation that it puts us in with Mr. Hopkins. I've been saying this for years, ever since Andre left. I'm telling you guys, last year should have been the year they worked out a contract for Hopkins. I think he's going to leave. If he gets a chance to bounce, I think he will. Hopkins wants a chance to shine. He's a talent. He's a competitor. He wants a chance to shine on the big stage. And what I'm saying is you bring in guys like Brock, who last year could barely get him the ball, when the previous year he had 4 or 5 different quarterbacks who made him look like the guy he's supposed to be, or he made them look like, solid starting quarterback. And Brock couldn't do that. So that should tell you something about him. So like I say, my situation, this is the issue that this brings up with DeAndre Hopkins. He's a talented young receiver. He saw his numbers dip dramatically last year when they should have been increasing. How does he feel? How does he feel about this? Me personally, if it was me, I'd be considering, do I need to exit? Andre was my mentor. As Andre slipped some stuff in his head, like, hey man, think about your career, think about yourself instead of the loyalty. It's a business, because I personally believe the Texans fucked Andre Johnson over. Andre Johnson could have been the greatest wide receiver of all time. I mean, look at the numbers he put up with David Carr, Matt Schaub, and guys like that, and still Hall of Fame type numbers. Just the touchdowns were never there because of Kubiak. Kubiak fucked Andre Johnson over in a major way. Could have been one of the greatest receivers of all time. There was a couple of seasons he statistically outplayed Jerry Rice. And I'm talking about what a garbage quarterback Jerry Rice had. Montana, you know what I mean? This dude had Carr, Schaub. So that's what I'm saying. So anyway, I'm not going to get on. That's another topic for another time. Definitely on some Homer Texans type shit. But so the things I do like about this, though, is now it gets this conversation over with. So we don't have to talk Tony anymore, because it's been going on, especially in the city of Houston, on sports talk radio and just everywhere. It's just everybody talking Tony. And like I say, it put me in a conundrum because, as a Houston Texans fan, even though they're not in our division or conference, it's fuck Dallas. Fuck Dallas Cowboys. And fuck the Dallas Mavericks. We ain't even got a hockey team. Fuck the Dallas Stars. You know what I mean? As a Houstonian, that's just what it is. Shit, when I used to go to U of A, some Dallas motherfuckers be out here talking shit, so it's been fuck Dallas ever since then. Like, it really wasn't an issue until I went to college and met a bunch of motherfuckers from Dallas who just hated the city of Houston, which I don't understand. Why would you hate the city of Houston, but you're here to improve your education? Go back to fucking Dallas and get an education. Anyway, it was a long time ago. We ain't gonna get into that shit. But so, like I say, now as that gets us out of that shit, now it's time to start looking forward. No more guessing games, no more ifs, ands, or buts. We just got to go with what we got. Like I said, I just want to have this little twinkle in me. Just says that Savage can maintain. Savage could outplay what Brock did last year. We made the playoffs with that. Now, keep in mind, the teams around us have definitely made improvements. The Jaguars, we said it last year. But now it's a possibility this year. Like I said, they went and stole Bouye from us, which was stupid. We ain't make a move to get Bouye, because I've been saying that for a while too. Just it's funny to me because I'll say things and then like a year later, oh man, and it's just like, come on, man. Like a year ago, I talked to you about that shit. You wouldn't agree with me. Anyway, same thing I said about Jadeveon Online a while back. Not just because I used to be able to pull off the doppelganger, but just simply, I'm telling you guys, the dude is amazing talent. The Texans had that shitty feel. He kept getting hurt. It was just a bunch of shit going on with him, So he kept getting injured, and it's just hard to recover. Knee injury is if you've ever had a knee injury, a lot of y'all motherfuckers wouldn't go to work if you stubbed your toe. So all the people were talking shit about Jadeveon when he was hurt, fuck all y'all. Anyway, back to this guy, Mr. Romo. So like I say, the good thing is it gets him out of the field. He had a good career for what it was worth. Didn't deserve a lot of the shit that got piled on him, but that comes with being a Cowboy. Unfortunately, his best season, the best Cowboys' best season with him on the team was he was pretty much on the bench most of the year last year, but at least he got to get in the last little snap or something, before he tapped out, timed out. But anyway, so like I say, there's some pros and cons, but like I said, I'm just finally glad that this story is over with. It was like a non-story from the beginning anyway. Everybody's talking about now this knocks down all the dominoes for the Texans. I don't really think so. I just don't think so. I think some moves can be made in the draft. I think Tom Savage, with an adequate knowledge of the system, could do decent. My issue is just what we're gonna have at the O-line next year. It'll be good to see, Nick Martin come back. I was really high on him. I was devastated when he got hurt early because I thought that would have been a big, huge piece for our line. Really would have strengthened the line. So hopefully, he'll be ready to go. But I think Newton's going to be out still, and he may never play again, from what I believe I've heard. And so I'm just really excited for next year, I guess. But then at the same time, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm always excited for football season when it's not football season. Anywho, like I say, this is the little Texas talk for the bit of, I said that was a story of the day, little Tony Romo. And like I said, glad it's finally over with. So now we don't have to be cool with Dallas fans because he's not our quarterback. So we ain't got to worry about no bullshit like that. It'd be like, we can keep our awkward rivalry, this in-state beef every 4 years. Anywho, Tony Romo's out the game. I'm Ed Honcho, and I'm out. Right there, you see it. Real Ed Honcho. Show your boy some love. Follow it. Oh yeah, and check out IHateWorldStar.com. You can catch my sports commentary and plenty of other things. And if you like what I'm talking about, subscribe, like, all that stuff that the YouTubers say. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Just like and subscribe and share. If you got an opinion on the Texans, drop that shit in the comments below. If you disagree with me, drop that shit in the comments below. If you agree with me, drop that shit in the comments below. If you don't give a damn, drop that shit in the comments below. Anyway, like I said, Ed Honcho, man, I'm out. No more tomfoolery. No more Tony Romo. It's game time. Peace.